three. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
All right, everybody, welcome to Teaching Crypto. This is AZcrypto with Mr. FOMO. Please, everybody, hit that like, hit that bell notification. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button. It would really, really help us out, and we really appreciate when you do that. So if you have not done that, please do so. We've got a jam-packed show today. I want to talk about Bitcoin, Mr. FOMO, as there was a bit of a panic when Bitcoin went a little below 29K. But like I said in the short about a day ago, it's always good to zoom out. And just today, there was a very prominent Bitcoin prediction. So if you take a look at this, Bitcoin could soar to 180,000 before April 2024. Now, this is regarding possibly BlackRock being approved, but this is someone well connected in the financial world. And basically, my response to this was, and I said this on Twitter, even if this guy's only 25% right? Because in crypto, you want to take the number, divide it, and then divide it by half. You'll learn that when you've been here. Even if this is only 25% half, that's a 45K going into halving. That's a very healthy number, especially when you're talking about right now at 29. That is a very bullish. So I love this because it's like the 180 probably not happening. You never know. You never know. 180 probably not happening. Even the 90 probably not happening. It would be amazing. I hope.
Clickbait.
But something between 45 and 90 is very realistic, and that should give people real optimism here that the price definitely could go up.
I mean, I didn't watch this this particular broadcast, but my assumption is that with limited characters on Twitter and you're trying to increase your clicks and you're trying to sensationalize things, that he probably gave a window of where Bitcoin was going to be. And so he probably said, I could see it being anywhere from 45 to 160,000 by April of next year. And they ran with 160,000, right? Because just it's more convenient. It opens more eyes. It gets more clicks. So I probably, once you get in there, you see that he was a little bit more realistic.
Now,
but the idea is that if TradFi is getting into this, if TradFi is not only getting into it, but they're that optimistic, and that's kind of a realistic optimism, right? Currently the Bitcoin market cap is, 500, almost $600 billion. So, getting to 45 from here is not even double that. And we've seen Bitcoin get well above $1 trillion in market cap just by itself. And so realistically, I feel like 160,000 isn't out of the realm of possibility.
Well, actually, it's 180. 180 is his prediction.
180. Okay, so 180,000 by April. I think your end of it is probably more realistic. However, I won't be mad at anybody if we're at 180,000 in April.
So this is the 180 is everything goes perfect, which in life, if you know, and if you're younger than us, you'll find out it never happens that way. Not everything goes perfect. Like we're the channel guys. If you're new to this channel, we are trying to be the most realistic here in terms of the crypto space here. We want to try to keep you guys here with information and knowledge and not just clickbait. However, I want to say this, Mr. FOMO, the ETF schedule has kind of started. We're going to know something in less than 42 days. If an ETF is approved or if several ETFs are approved, I think the 45K prediction of mine, low end, could be too low. And then I'm looking myself, I know you don't like to make predictions before the halving, somewhere above 50K before the halving. And so now when we're looking at 29, that's a healthy gain.
Yeah, and I would agree that this is a healthy spot for Bitcoin, right? I'm not disagreeing with that. What I will disagree, I'm going to push back on your ETF. You know that I kind of disagree on that because I think that once the ETF comes in, it's going to draw money away from actually buying Bitcoin. So that's my worry there. But I do think that kind of attention will ultimately be good. That kind of exposure to Bitcoin will stop people from, sitting around at the place where we work and talking about Bitcoin like it's only for criminals, right? It brings it more mainstream. And I think that that's positive. But I'm not sure that these things will necessarily communicate or equal into a positive bump.
So I feel really good, and I said this on my short, and I've said it on Twitter, that we're going to go above 32 next August. And I said this yesterday when the markets were looking bad. And here's my reasoning: go back just 2 years, and it was during the end of the bull run, but we had that double top. May, June, and most of July, we had very negative price action, and people were really down. And all of a sudden, what happened? Things turned around. Okay. I really do think August is going to be a nice month for Bitcoin. And you can come in here and mock me if I'm wrong. Again, I could be dead wrong. Mr. FOMO, I'm looking between 32 and 34 for the price action in August. And here's my feeling on this. I just really think that, number one, you're going to see Bitcoin more in the news in the next month or so as we get closer to the fall. And number two, you're going to hear more and more news in the crypto world about these ETF, kind of like how we had a deadline before the LTC halving, and there was some news on that, and we saw the price go up from 70 to 114. I think whether the ETF gets approved or not, you're going to have some anticipation and news, and I think you're going to see buying. And I think right now at 29, it's drastically underrated. Really?
Nice.
If you really zoom out, it's a great price. And here's my reasoning. Yes, we did go up to 31.8, but remember, that was because of the XRP news. So that was kind of unexpected, and that was not a normal pump, right? And so we saw a retrace. But to me, this is a very, very, in 5 weeks, natural retrace. So we went from 25 to 30, and now we're back to 29. To me, this is very normal. And the buyers that are buying now are really creating support at 29. For those of you that are new, when there is a dip and people buy, that normally creates support. So I'm really anticipating a leg up next month, Mr. FOMO.
And historically, not last year. Last year was kind of an ugly August. August led us all the way to about Christmas before we started to come back up. But historically, and I'm showing you the chart here, I think it's sharing. You've got Bitcoin there on July 20th of 2021. That's mid bull run. And you see the money that came out because of the Halloween indicator in May starts to flow back in there at the end of July and into August and September. And you really have that leading into that next, or that second top of that bull run, right? And so that in the middle of the bull run was really, really positive. Then we go back to before the bull run, and you've got August is end of July into August is where it really starts to ramp up before that first top in that bull run. And then if we go all the way back to 2017, you can see that August ramps up even after the halving at that point. So August, out of the, we've seen around the bull run, during the bull run, August is a hot month, leading into the bull run and in the middle of the bull run. So this is the time really to get in. This is almost like the market's taking a knee to give you some help so that you can, DCA in at this point before it jumps off.
Yeah. And good question from our audience. What about Near and Aurora Protocol? It looks like, Mr. FOMO, you got some homework to do. If you guys want any project research, we're going to be your go-to people. Remember, and actually it's my birthday today. So if you want to give me a birthday gift and you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'll take it. I don't need any money, but you want to visit the store, you can. But just help us out. Click that like, hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification. That would be the best birthday gift you guys could give me. But so Mr. FOMO going to be doing a lot more of these projects, just like you saw. Hope you liked the last one where you hit it out of the park with your last one with Quant, and you're going to do more and more of those as we hope to build our audience. So if you guys could help us today get to 900 subs, we'd greatly appreciate it.
And I will say that I've looked into Near before, and I do like Near Protocol. Aurora is one that I'll have to do a little bit more work with, but Near Protocol is actually one that I've traded before. So Near is actually a good project, and as far as I know, widely available. So
yeah, and so one more reason that I'm currently bullish, Mr. FOMO, and we're going to give our listeners a warning here in just a little bit, but I did want to talk about Dogecoin. So Twitter is changing into quote unquote X, and there are heavy rumors that they are going to accept crypto payments, and you're going to be able to use and send crypto to kind of tip people or do business. And one of the ones that was really rumored to being allowed to be used, Elon Musk's connection with Dogecoin. So Dogecoin did go up 10%. If we want to show people that chart really quickly.
yeah, I'm running over to it.
So Dogecoin did go up 10%. Now, I want to warn you guys, and we've talked about this a lot. This is what this channel is about, being careful, doing things the right way. Chasing pumps can be very dangerous, okay? So I would not financial advice, I would not just jump into Dogecoin. Could it continue to go up? Yes. However, this could be a buy the news situation. So just be really careful. But X in general, if it does actually do this and it integrates crypto, this could be big. And I think Dogecoin would be just the tip of the iceberg. I think you would really see a nice, it would be good for Bitcoin. It would be good for anything that Twitter decides to put on there. Now, what crypto are they going to have available? That's yet to be seen, but you can assume at least Bitcoin and Dogecoin. And I'm going to assume, because it always gets included, because it's one of the, they like to call them dinosaurs. Litecoin would be included as well, would be my guess. So just something to think about here.
And as far as price action on Doge, before the last bull run, and even during the beginning of the last bull run, before Elon really got involved in that project, it was trading somewhere between like 5 and 9, 5 and 10 cents. You can go back to and check the charts to prove me wrong if you want, but we were playing that number, right? We were buying at 5 and selling when it got to like 7 or 8. And so, right now, I don't see this as a good buy, especially with money not necessarily coming into the market, in altcoins that heavily. And especially after a pump to the upside like that. I mean, the 30-day chart and the 7-day chart both showed a huge candle. So I would stay out of that. Like you said, don't chase the pumps. But even historically, outside of the bull run, it's sort of up and down price action. So it's reaching towards its, bull or bear market ceiling as far as, history.
Tomorrow is also the Fed meeting where they're going to possibly announce a rate hike. So I'd expect a little bit of volatility in the market. So again, just be careful out there. Now, if we do get a push to the downside, let's say we go into the 28 high, not financial advice, that might be an amazing DC opportunity, because I really, guys, do believe that August is going to be a good month. So sometimes the scariest times to buy are actually the best times. And what you don't want to do, and this is what people get into a trap of happening, Mr. FOMO. 2 weeks from now, we're in August, and Bitcoin goes to 34K, and everyone runs to buy with much higher prices than buying yesterday and today. So just something to think about. The mindset should be the opposite. If you do have the financial ability to buy, the time to buy is not when Bitcoin is running. The time to buy is when we are consolidating or going down, because we're very early, but we have started the initial stages of the bull run. And so just think about that. Everyone has a different strategy, but that's kind of the way we go about things. So just be careful the next 24 hours because of the rate hikes possibly going in. If you want to see any project highlighted in the show, let us know. We'll put our Twitter handles underneath, Mr. FOMO, or our X handles now underneath, so they could, in my Threads handle, so they could contact us and let us know. And we'll be pumping out a ton of content here as we push towards 900 and hopefully 1,000 before you know it. So for Mr. FOMO, this is AZcrypto. You guys have a great day. More content coming, and we'll see you later. Don't forget that subscribe button.
See you.